guys, welcome back to Unedited, and I'm so glad you're here to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn a number of things today. It's one of those days I don't even know where to start from, but allow me introduce my guest for today. He's one individual I've known for so many years, but ile unajuanga in the background, you know, wale watu wanakuinspire but you do tafikia aje. Then you notice this is someone I can catch up with, but of course an opportunity had to arise for me to realize he's approachable and I can have a conversation with him. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself. I really don't know where to start from because I always tell you this and you laugh. I'm like, you're one of those people I always followed. And when you entered, remember that particular day we met at Windsor? Yeah. I was like, okay, this guy is here. Then we ended up to have a conversation. I was like, this is it. Introduce yourself.
Okay. So my name is Nyaga, Boniface Nyaga.
Yeah.
I'm the CEO of Nyaga, media consultant. I've been an entertainment journalist now for many years or so.
Yeah.
So I'm basically, I would say I'm in media, entertainment, and everything in between.
Wow. How are you balancing that?
That's a good question. I think I'm just really multi-talented. I'm multi-talented and my brain works too fast that I can't focus on one thing. So that has actually become now an advantage. Because then all the minute it's weird. My team always just find me so weird because the way my brain works, I'm focusing on one thing, but I'm thinking about the other thing. If I focus only on one thing, I won't find solutions for that thing. Because like one of the things I do, I run a PR agency. It's a marketing agency, which we do 360 marketing. But I'm also a creative. Okay, I write music. I'm in the music space. I have a passion for fashion. So all those different talents, I just find them burning inside me. So the music side, I'm able to exercise that because I actually have a creative hub where we help sort of incubate music and grow them. One of our biggest brands that we're working on right now is Nyaga, which is one of the legendary bands of East Africa. We've been working with them since last year and we've been able to grow them. So the different sides of me I'm going to express, okay, because the fact that I'm a musician, I'm able to understand what the bands need, and because I'm also a media person, I'm able to connect them with media and help them grow their brands. And then my business development side, I'm able now to take them from just being a brand to help them commercialize, to help them now make money from their craft. So all the different things work together. And I think one of the greatest, my good friend, one of the drama queen, is the one who says the biggest lie we were ever taught in school is that you are one thing. You get? You are a lawyer.
Yes.
And so you wake up in the morning and you are a lawyer, and that's all you can do.
Yes.
But there's so much more to a human being. Like I have a cousin of mine who brilliant lawyer, but also he's an expert wood maker. Like he makes furniture and he posts it, and you're like, wow.
You did that.
You get?
Yeah.
I have good friends of mine who are doctors and prolific doctors, but they're also really good sports people. They have bikes and all that stuff. So I think the biggest lie we're all taught is that you are one thing.
Yes.
And then now, unfortunately for people like me who are multi-talented, there's something in DQ called it. I've forgotten the name. Maybe but there are people who are multi-talented. But you have many talents, you have many gifts, you can do many things. And the biggest lie then the society tells you is you can only be one thing.
Yeah, and when you're diverse, it's more of you're not focused.
Yes.
You don't know what you want in life.
Yes. Yeah. But the thing most people don't realize is that all those different facets, they come together and help each other.
Yeah.
Because for example, I have a PR agency. Sometimes in our campaigns we need celebrities in order for us to do those campaigns. Because I'm also a creative, I've worked closely with a lot of celebrities. So because of my creative side and my musical side, I have a relationship with these people.
Exactly.
So then my PR campaign will move much faster than someone who just has a PR agency but is not a creative person, have the kind of relationship that I have with the creatives.
Yeah,
also, because I am one of them, I'm able to understand them better. You get it? So I find a lot of cross-pollination and a lot of efficiencies that come together because of all the different facets of all the different things that I do. I'm a writer, and I've written for Daily Nation. In fact, if you Google me, Nyaga, you'll see I've written more than 5,000 articles on East African entertainment. So that gives me a certain understanding about writing and all that kind of thing, and that helps. So the thing I've learned is that everything feeds into each other. And so if you're multi-talented, and I think these days people are discovering more and more of the talents. You know, and so you should never ever lock yourself down. And you should never feel bad for doing all those things. Do them all. Find a way to balance. In fact, now what I've done, I've had to create now different teams to explore all my different sides.
I like that.
So I have a team that does the music side, I have a team that does the marketing, PR side. I have a team that the other day, you know, these days everybody now keeps telling me I'm a fashion. Turns out I have a thing for fashion because
yes, you do. You get into a place and everyone's like, that's a fashionista.
You know, it's so interesting, like, especially when I travel. I mean, I was in Dubs, and every time when I would walk in, okay, first of all, when I started traveling, I made a rule. I will never wear, I'll have to wear African stuff when I'm out there, because there's an effect when I walk into a room, or I walk into an elevator and I'm wearing African stuff, and everybody's like, whoa, so I have to represent my country. Then one time when I was traveling, I needed outfits, and everything that I was seeing online was like, nah, this is not it. So I went to a fundi and I'm like, okay, I want this. They given this, I want to design this. Because I went to the fundi and I'm like, this Ankara, I got it in Ghana.
Wow.
Yeah, Makola Garden. So I went to my fundi and I'm like, this is what I want. Yeah, I want this. And it's like, then he executed exactly what I wanted. And I'm like, awesome, this is great. Then I wear it and everyone is like, who are you wearing? I'm like,
and the simplicity you need is just exceptional. Wow.
So the thing is, I keep discovering new talents. So I'm actually in the middle of, I don't even know how to do it, but I'm actually in the middle of putting together a fashion house.
Actually, that's what you remember what we were having on phone, the conversation the other day. We were like, how do we differentiate you from Awaiva? Because as we know, the other branding, but there is you, then there is what we'll be talking about some other time, about the Dubai thing. So it's a whole, but before we get to all this, at least you've enlightened. I like the fact that you mentioned those facts, because a number of people are struggling. You're wondering, what do I narrow in? I'm into beauty, I'm into real estate, where do I literally hack in? But one, Leswanika, you've mentioned it, I remember, this is how our conversation might start well. Failing forward. You guys as a brand are picking brands and rebranding them. Not because they were not doing well enough, but because there's a season that came and the graph went from up and went lower, and you're picking them up. When you talk about failing forward, even career-wise, how would you describe that? Because a number of people, the forward parties they had, you fail and you don't know what to do. And the society has not taught us how to do that. We are taught to shut up, to be okay about it. Then what happens?
Good point. Before I move on to that, the concept of being multitasking. Your phone.
Yes.
How many things can your phone do?
A lot. Especially when you switch on Wi-Fi, just...
Exactly. So your phone, if all the equipment and machines that your phone has replaced, because your phone has replaced a camera, your phone has replaced a mirror in some cases.
Yes.
Your phone has replaced a calculator. What else? Atlas. You know those things called atlases?
Yes, now it's map.
It's map.
Yes.
So if your phone, which is one of the most effective tools we have, can do so much, that should show you, even you as a human being, for you to survive in this world, AI is coming.
Yes.
Artificial intelligence. If you're an accountant, there is an AI, there's an AI which will replace you 5 times, which will do the job of your job and the job of 10 of your colleagues. You get it? So the future of anything, of business, of employment, is multitasking. You have to be able to do more than one thing, and you have to be able to learn. If a machine is being taught how to learn new things, Because that's what artificial intelligence is. It's about you. And a machine that's been taught to learn new skills. You, as the most master machine, you have to be in a position where you're learning many things. So, the only point in now we go to failing forward. So, my experience working with Lesonyika was that I'd known them for many years, of course, we all know.
Yeah, Lesonyika.
They're legends, man. And not just Kenyan legends, but these guys are East African legends.
Yes,
they because they're an East African band. They came from Arusha, came to, they used to be called Arusha Jazz. Then they came to Mombasa. Then they became Simba Nyika. Then Simba Nyika came to Nairobi, a splinter group from Simba Nyika, then formed Lesonyika. One of the greatest hits, whether you're talking of Sina Makosa, Afro, Safari Sambu, some of the biggest hits in East and Central Africa. Yes. So, I knew about them, but because we share the same lawyer. So he'd be telling me about them a lot, and I was sort of interested. But I got to meet now the band leaders, who is Jalizua and Tommy Malanga, during the reopening of Churchill, when Churchill was coming back to the pandemic to do now, start doing live shows. So then interacting with them, and for me, the reason why I'm in the arts, and I do a lot of management, which is another side of me, it's because I'm allergic to untapped talent. Like when I see untapped talent, it icks me to the point where I have to do something. Like I have spent so much money investing in a talent, because when I see something untapped, and I think also my consultancy, my business consultancy comes from that.
It's more of inborn.
Yes. It's like for me, I see even someone who's doing a business, I've even seen people who are doing a business for 20 years. But I come in and I'm like, there's something you could be doing that can take you to the next level. Again. And I think that for me is at the center of everything that I do. Is that my purpose is to help people achieve their purpose and help people achieve their higher self. And if you look at everything, so I do many things, but that is at the center of it. So about failing forward, failure is the greatest asset ever.
Okay, you can say that again.
You get it?
Yeah.
Because failure will teach you way more than success. My company Mawaidha was actually formed out of failure. And the reason for that is one of my first businesses I ever started completely flopped. Okay? And the reason why it completely flopped is because I didn't listen to advice.
Like the fact that you just saying it lightly,
And it was the best thing, it was the worst thing that ever happened in my life, but it was the best thing that ever happened in my life.
Would you mind just explaining what's that thing that you mean?
So one of my first businesses, I was selling traditional porridge.
Okay.
Best porridge you have ever tasted. Yeah. When I started it, I think it was a canvas. Grew it, got a couple of family members to invest in it, it grew, I developed, moved out, home at very early, all that stuff. As in I really got now to grow that business. Then, at some point, it just collapsed.
Why?
As in, sales just went down, things were not working out. So, it was the biggest, it was so bad that I literally had to go for counseling. I had to go seek therapy. Because it was such a huge hit that, it was so bad, I had to move back home at some point. My mom looked at me, it's like, at that time my mom started getting into mental health and understanding how new work. So she's like, you need to go for counseling. And so I actually went for therapy for the first time in my life. And I come from a very nice family, everything, but that was the one thing
intact.
But that was one thing that hit me so hard I had to go for therapy. And
was it easy to get to the acceptance stage that I really need to do this?
Here's the thing. I was broken in my mother's house, so when she told me you go for therapy, you have to go for therapy. So what do you do?
Yeah.
However, I kid you not, and that's why I say it was the worst time of my life, but it was the best time of my life. Because when I went for therapy, that was my journey to start understanding human intelligence. I started understanding myself. I started understanding human emotions. And today, if there's one thing that helps me is emotional intelligence. I want to sit down in a meeting, and within the first 5 seconds, I can read this person. If it's a serious person, this guy is a joker, this is a scammer. And I'm really wrong. You get it?
Yeah.
And if I had never gone for that counseling, one, I would have never understood myself. And even right now, teams, and right now I'm even in the middle of expanding and growing a bigger team, I'm able to, emotional intelligence, in fact, if 844, I wish they would teach you nothing else. If they just taught you emotional intelligence, let me tell you, if they taught us emotional intelligence in school, and then taught us how to network, okay? And how to, just those two things, it's worth a PhD. You get it?
Yeah.
Someone who has emotional intelligence and someone who knows how to network will get much further than someone with all the PhDs and all the degrees more than a thermometer. Like it?
Yeah.
So for me, that failure, yes, as big as it was, it made me one had to go for counseling. So I understood the power of emotions. I understood myself. I understood people. And there's one of the greatest, like I told you, I've been writing interviews.
Yeah.
One of the most prolific interviews I've ever done was Nameless. When a few years ago, when I think Safaricom was turning 20, something like that. And there's one thing he told me, that life, we are not taught how to succeed. People just teach us what they were taught. They don't teach us how to succeed. They just teach us, oh, me, I was taught 1 + 1 is 2. You probably don't need 1 + 1 is 2, you need 1+. You need 3 + 1 is 4. That's the formula you need. And one of the things he said, that 80% of life and 80% of success is people. Once you learn how to handle people, you will succeed at anything you do. Because guess what? Absolutely everything you need to do, you need people. Yeah. You want to start a business. You need someone to invest, to believe in you, and to invest in you. After you've gotten the money, you need someone else to believe in you and work for you. After you've gotten the workers and everything, you need someone to believe in you and give you the business. The common denominator in all that is people. Yeah. So that failure, and now going to Nini, it helped me to go for Nini, and that began my journey of mental health and understanding mental health, and actually got a huge interest in it, and understanding human emotions, understanding my own emotions and stuff like that. Also, that failure taught me a very, success doesn't teach you anything. Does not at all. The only thing that success teaches you is how to succeed. And I remember there's a piece of advice my dad told me when I was starting my first or my second band. That's another story for another day. And he told me, look for people who have failed. I looked at that and said, I'm like, what is wrong with you? You crazy? What do you mean people have failed? And he told me, people who've succeeded only know one thing. Success. No success. But people who have failed, they know, if you've failed 20 times, you know 20 things that don't work. Okay? And there's something my dad always tells me, Edison, the guy who created this bulb, all these lights came from, is it called Edison? What was the other name?
That one.
I call it Edison. He tried to create the bulb 99 times before he succeeded with the 100th time. You get it?
Yeah.
And so, you might look at he failed 99 times, or you can look at he learned 99 ways of how not to make a bulb. And if he had failed, we will all not be here right now.
True.
Because absolutely everything, this light, the electricity, all this came from the invention of the bulb.
Yes.
Again.
Yeah.
So, failure is a very important part of success. And actually, failure is a step towards success. And what that one big failure taught me is that I need to make a good relationship with failure. You get?
Yeah.
I mean, that one, my first business failed, and it took me, 3 months, 6 months, I can't remember. It took me a while to recover. But I realized I need to shorten that time to 6 seconds. So you fail.
Out of it.
Yes, it's still the same process, but you need to snap out of it. You get?
Yeah.
Because once you understand that failure is a part of success, you get? There's this lady for Shark Tank. I can't remember her name. Barbara, yes.
Yeah.
There's one thing she says, which is very interesting. She says she does not invest in rich kids. Because a rich kid has had their lives laid out for them. So they've never experienced hardship, they've never experienced failure. And so there's some things which they've never learned. There's some character that you've never learned. There's some persistence. You get? And they've never been in an environment where they're failing. But someone who comes from a not so privileged background has been facing failure his entire life. He's seen people around him facing failure. So he's created a good relationship with failure. To the point of when he fails, they snap out of it.
Very quickly.
You get?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying all rich kids don't have. There's some parents who are wise enough that they create. They don't spoil their children. You get?
Yeah.
Like there's a good friend of mine from a very prominent family in this country. I won't say who. But there's one thing. He told me a story, and I'm like, no wonder that family is always. He told me his dad never gave him pocket money.
Yet they had it.
Yeah. You're gonna want to be, oh, you want money? No problem. Monday, Saturday morning very early, 6 a.m. Amka. How much do you want? Do you want to go out with your friends? How much do you want? No problem. Saturday very early in the morning. Wake up, I'm going to give you money. So the guy wakes up, he's dressed, he's like, today I'm gonna share. When the dad tells him, get into the car. So he thinks maybe Agnetta, or any
bank or something. Yeah.
My friend, the guy is taken to a site, building site. Now their family. Because the family is in real estate, is a building site, and I can't go out for man. This guy wants some money. So how much do you charge? How much do you pay someone per day? Higher. So you want how much? Okay, I can't remember the exact figure, but let's say for example he wants 20,000 to go hang out with his friends. This guy pays 500 per day. So 500 divided by 20,000 is 40 days. So your best, but yeah, you get it.
That hurts though.
It hurts, but it taught this guy a very, very important lesson about money. And to have, exactly. And also, now he gets to experience failure on some level. Yeah. Because now he's working from the bottom. Of course, if you're a mtu wa mkono and the guy who owns the real estate who is a failure, is mtu wa mkono.
Yes.
So it helps you to experience some level of failure. And I'm not saying it now because you're on that level you fail. I'm just saying that it helps you experience
that human part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Failure makes you humble.
Exactly.
Yeah. Success can make you cocky, especially too much success. So for me, in fact, I always pray I get as much, and anyway, life will always do that. You need an equal amount of failures with success. Yeah. Because there's a way failure makes you humble. Unanyenyekea.
Yes.
Character development.
It's a real one.
Character development. And after you succeed, you realize the things that failure taught you are more important than the actual success.
You don't get to have the cloud nine moment,
Exactly.
just like today.
And the things that you learn on the way to the top are what keep you at the top. You get it?
Yeah.
So it's the failure, once you get there, that gets you to the top. You get it?
Yes.
The things that you learn, because also failure teaches you to be humble. Failure teaches you never to give up. Failure teaches you to treat people well, because they are the people who lift you. You get it? Also, importantly, failure teaches you that there's a floor somewhere huko chini. Kuna ground floor.
Yes, and you can really go back if you're not careful.
Mashika?
Yes.
So even as you're up here, you tread carefully. You get it? You're not so callous. Because you remember, like even me, every time I remember, I always like a feeling of
you don't want to go back there.
You don't want to go back
by
there.
all means.
Yeah. I mean, also failure. If you're not careful, so failure can traumatize you, and that's why you need to have a very good relationship with failure. You should not internalize failure and say, "Oh, I have failed because I'm not good enough," or "I failed because I am useless," and so because I've not done this. And by the way, if you think about it, half the time you've actually not failed. You've just not met your expectations. And those expectations were unrealistic to begin with.
Okay.
So technically, it's not that you failed.
Just didn't
meet your unrealistic expectations.
Okay.
For example,
Hello.
let's say you want to be YouTube. You want to be a YouTuber, such as yourself. And you want to grow, and you're seeing all these guys, they're seeing you, they're seeing Ifmoka, you're seeing all these people, and so you're like, I want to be like this YouTuber, and I want to be like this YouTuber in 3 months. And so then you go, and you're talking to all these guys, you talk to a production guy, you talk to all these guys, nini, and it's 1 month, you've not even shot your first episode.
You just, you've not made progress.
You've not even made progress.
Yeah.
It's 2 months, and you don't even have a clue. So it takes you even 3 months to even shoot your first episode. So technically you failed. But the truth of the matter is, your first expectation was off. Because that even Mungai Yosi probably took her 3. It probably took her 3 years to get to where she is.
Or even more. Yeah.
So it's true, technically you failed, but if you think about it in the right perspective, it's not that you failed. You just failed to meet your unrealistic expectation. And that's what I'm telling you, you need to look at failure. And maybe, because I know now we are kind of out of time, the biggest lie we were taught is an education system.
True.
You get it?
True, yeah.
It is the lie. And one day I need to write a book called School is a Scam. You get it? Because school doesn't teach you any important things. You should fail. Like, we were taught to have a very bad relationship with failure. You get it? Because if you don't know something, then they punish you for not knowing. And then no one is born knowing anything. You get it? Not knowing is actually the default setting when you're born.
Now that you mentioned that, do you feel like the now system is going to be even worse? Because currently I went to see, it was academic day for my son, and I realized they were not putting X, they were putting 2 lines. And not in red, in dark, I think it was black color. I asked the teacher, he failed or he did not fail? He said he failed. I'm like, why didn't you just put, it's like, no, you will demotivate the child. Why would I put an X for child? And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So is it going to be worse? Or because that's the education system in Kenya right now. You're not supposed to tell a child he's wrong. But how else will the child get to know? You know, I feel like the tough love we had was way much stronger than current. What's your take on that? Because I've been asking a number of people and they're just like, this is crazy. But you know, this thing is happening. It's with us now. How do we unchange that?
We are actually raising a suicidal society.
Weak.
Yes, we are preparing people to be a suicidal society. So sad. Sorry to say that, and maybe it's an unpopular view, but it's true. Because you are lying to these people that everything will be okay.
It won't be okay unless you sort it out.
And it's true, at the end of it, everything will be okay. But there's a process in between the okay that it will not be okay.
The acceptance of a failed part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here's what we should be teaching people. You have failed, but it is okay. You get it? Not, you have not failed. That's lying.
You just missed it a bit.
Yeah, you just missed it a bit.
Just trying to sugarcoat it.
No. We should, because the lie we have told people is that you have to succeed every time. Which is not the truth. The truth is the Edison process where you fail 99 times, you succeed the 1 time, but the 1 time you succeed is so huge that it makes up for the 99 times and 1,000.
Yes.
That is the truth. And that is what and that's what I'm talking of, having the right relationship with failure. There's 2 sides to it. There's one where you let the failure stop you, and then there's another where you ignore the failure and think it doesn't happen. Both of them are preparing you for failure. And like I think we were sharing the other day, the true failure is not trying something and not achieving. The true failure is not trying.
Oh yeah,
Remember? Because here's the thing. For example, I want to start a business selling fashion. Okay? If I don't start, there's a 100% chance I'll fail. There's a 100% chance I'll fail. So that means I've already failed if I don't start. Now, if I start, if I go get the material, pay this, pay that person, come up with a business plan, invest even a year, 6 months into it, and then there's a 50 to 60% chance. Even if you say it's a 90% chance of failing, even if I have a 10% chance of success, if I try. Let's say I don't have a lot of knowledge, I don't have this, I don't know, I don't have the capital. If I have all this, maybe I have a 10% chance. That is still better than a 100% chance of failure.
Yeah.
So we need to stop punishing people for failing. We should punish the person who didn't try. Now let them feel the consequences of not succeeding. But the way we used to do it, because that's the other side, where it is if you don't know you're beaten, or you're punished for you're punished for not meaning. You get?
Yeah, the child part should be
You get?
good enough. Yeah.
So encourage people to fail. In fact, encourage people to try things which are not good so that they fail. But then encourage them to get back up. It's like, okay, cool, I know you're feeling bad, you need now get back at it. No, you get it?
And that includes even relationships, because currently I see people killing themselves and they're like, really?
Yeah.
Does it have to get to this spot? Wow. Guys, I don't know what's your take on this, but personally I feel like failing forward is something, and it's a conversation we need to have. Not once, not twice, but over and over. I'm so grateful you shared that moment with us. And maybe before we wind up, what's that one thing you feel like needs to be done, not just now generation? Because if we don't talk about it, these things will roller coaster. Today you'll take care of your homestead, keep it safe, but going in future, your generations who you well raised and all that will end up to contaminate, because there's intermarriages, there is growth. How do you stop that? So what's that one thing you'd love to, more of like a parting shot in relation to failing forward?
I would say, and maybe it's just a repetition, learn to create a good relationship with failure. Okay? See failure for what it is. Failure is your friend, it's your best teacher, it's the one thing that will give you so much strength. It will make you stronger. Like it's the saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's all a matter of perspective. And every time you fail, don't take it like it means you are a failure. Okay? Failing does not make you a failure. Okay? I'm wearing a shirt, that does not make me a shirt. Okay? So you always have to understand, just because you have the same person who has failed. I'm a big Formula 1 fan. Lewis Hamilton has won 8 championships. In 2022, he did not even win a single race. So that does not make him a failure. He just failed. The fact that he's not in 2022, he didn't win a single champ, that does not reduce he's still the greatest of all time. He's still the greatest Formula 1 driver. He just didn't win in 2022. So you have to create that sort of relationship with failure, that you will fail, but that does not make you a failure. And the same way you fail, you take that failure, use it and step on it. Tomorrow you are the same person who will succeed. And after a few successes, again you will fail. So create a good relationship with failure.
Wow. This was a very, very personal conversation that I was really awaiting, and I'm so glad I'm done with this, because it's really mind-blowing, it's really encouraging, and I attest to it. Failure is the best thing that has happened to me. Literally losing everything in 2021 was the best thing that ever happened to me. I know most are wondering, really, why would you celebrate this? But truth be told, these moments got the best out of me, and I hope that you maximize on your weaknesses, maximize on your failures, and get the best of it. I have been your host, Faith Agnetta. This is Unedited. Until next time, adios. Bye-bye.